And let me, yeah, Venkat, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Very good morning, all of you. No, a warm welcome to the second network meeting in this year. Okay, so for some of you who don't know me, so I'm Venkat Reddy Chirla, so volunteering from the chapter for last 15 years, currently in the role of president for the chapter. So I myself is a practicing program manager, consulting for various organizations. Okay, so no, it is second year in a row. Actually, unfortunately, we are missing meeting all of you face to face, missing the face to face communication and the round we used to have in our regular network meetings at hotel. Hope we'll get back to that normal very soon. But however, we are taking advantage of this virtual meetings and taking all the benefits that these virtual programs going to offer. Okay, so with that, we let me start a brief about some of our activities. So before actually getting into the core activities, so let me look at what we did in terms of COVID support from last several months. We had our last meeting in the month of March 26th, if I correctly remember. So March 26th to now, it is a roller coaster ride for all of us. It's a devastating impact. I know some of our members are impacted directly, and some of our I know also some of our members lost their family members, friends, relatives, and so on, so forth. And it is very unfortunate to let you all know that. Let me just show this screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So very unfortunate to let you all know that we lost one of our active member, Kannan Venkatesan, to this pandemic. And I know some of you also would have lost your members, lost your family members, or friends and relatives. Okay. So I joined my chapter and board. Our deepest condolences to all the family members who lost their loved ones. And also from chapter side, we offer whatever support we could provide in this current situation of the pandemic. So as a mark of respect to all the members, so I'll request all of us to spend 1 minute in silence. Thank you. Thank you very much, all of you. Okay, so and again, I want to give a quick brief about what the intervention we did as a chapter in this current pandemic situation from last several months. One is, of course, predominantly the first one, the support to Kannan family, Kannan Venkatesan family. So whatever best we could do from chapter, we did already. And also we request our members who are able to join this meeting and also who are not able to join this meeting as well. If you could also support his family. So there's definitely need of the hour. So to do the same using the Milab link that Praveen will share in the chat window, or you can as well reach out to any of us at the chapter. So we will definitely help you in reaching out to their family for your support. Okay, so and other activities we are doing as part of COVID task force. So whenever this pandemic hit in the month of April, so within the board we have formed a COVID task force, and the first and foremost priorities are members. We organized various sessions. So some of the sessions as you see here on the screen I'm sharing. Okay, so we have organized Dr. Shai Ravishankar session. So to actually answer all our queries, I think this helped a lot of our members as well. And also we focused on mental health, wherein Pooja Tanera giving how exactly we can support our mental health in this pandemic situation. So about 60 members joined this session as well last month. So there are a couple of sessions we did in as a webinars in support of our members. And one of the key hit areas is these NGOs and orphanages. No, we are they have meager funds, and they can't able to sustain the impact of the pandemic. Okay, so that is where we pitched in, and we supported many orphanages and organizations during last several months. So a couple of things I can mention is Aradhana Orphanage, where we provided groceries to them, and also Tapasvi Foundation is one where we again delivered groceries last month. And this is another one, Project Parivartan, where we supported with medicines. We distributed the required medicines to them. So these are, no, I would say, whatever best minimal support we can do from chapter, we did from last few months. And of course, with the support from volunteers and board members as well. Okay, so this is one where we distributed the ration kits and the humanitarian kits for 14 families with collaboration with Amma Society. So we actually working with TIMS, Telangana Institute of Medical Sciences. So we supported with them with the PPE kits, about 100 PPE kits, and also adult diapers for TIMS. And this was very much appreciated by them as well from the hospital staff. As we are speaking now, we are doing a major drive today. Unfortunately, it is clashing with our network meeting. We are doing a major drive today at Panjagutta in collaboration with Tech Mahindra Foundation, where we are distributing ration kits for 1,000 marginalized families. So these are a couple of intervention we did from last few months. I hope the worst is over. Okay, and we will continue to provide this support from chapter, and also seek support from all of you in whatever way you could do the support from your side. I know many of our members in our WhatsApp groups and Telegram groups, they are supporting in whatever best way they can do. So they are actually providing some critical information during the pandemic, about it could be plasma earlier, it could be medicines. Okay, it could be hospital bed availability. I really appreciate and thank all the members for their very much needed support at this juncture. So okay, so I'll take a break here. So any of you want to ask questions, or any of you have any suggestions for chapter, how we can provide more support, you can unmute yourself and speak.
Venkat sir, like this is Vamsi. That is a good initiative programs that you are doing. So what is expected from the team members? I have registered myself as a PMI chapter member last September, but due to my loss of jobs on and off, searching for jobs, job tensions, and I cannot focus on this thing. So what exactly is expected from the participants? Like we too want to contribute more things to the amazing task that you are taking for the responsibility for the society, orphans, elders, because you mentioned that adult diapers and all. So what is precisely expected from thing, and how can we do it physically? Because everything is online ever since the outbreak of corona. How can we come and personally? Is there a physical office? So on and so forth.
Thank you, Vamsir. So really appreciate you extending your support. Okay, so far the COVID task force we constitutes mainly board members and also a couple of volunteers from Youth and Social Impact Initiative. Okay, so what I would request is you reach out to Saujanya and Sita. Okay, so they will help you. Their Saujanya is not available. Sita is available in the meeting today. So you can reach out to her. She will guide you. So we have a formal way of registering volunteers and also seeking support from the volunteers for these kind of initiatives. We can definitely, definitely this need of the hour. We need more volunteers. As I said, if in the worst case of if wave 3, it's definitely we are going to extend these programs as well further. So that's where we need support from all of you. So you can reach out to Sita for further information, Vamsi.
Yeah, thank you, Venkat sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyhow, Seshu sir is also in contact with me. I will check with those guys.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so if no other questions, so let me jump into our core topic. So we wanted to spend a good amount of time today talking about PMI 4.0. Okay, so as you see the slide here, PMI is changing. That I think all of you might have observed if you are following the emails and the CEO communication, the out of box videos that recently published. So if you're following all this, you understand PMI is evolving and changing in the right direction. Okay, so this is where I wanted to spend a couple of minutes explaining what exactly the strategy we are looking at from PMI side for the next 4 years, from 21 to 25. And then we'll also talk about how chapters are we are going to benefit with this strategy. And also we can talk about what are the different initiatives and programs we are launching from chapter side in alignment with the strategy. Okay, so you can now after a couple of slides I'll give a break again. You can ask any kind of questions, and all the board members here you can now get the answers you want. Okay, so first of all, why PMI is evolving or changing? So now you understand the role of project manager. It's changing very rapidly. As I said, I'm a practicing project manager from almost 20 years. Okay, so it's no more like given a project plan, follow this IPECC initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closure, right? So there are significant expectations from me as a project manager or program manager. So they expect me to understand the business. They expect me to understand technology, being in IT, and so on and so forth. So it's the same case in all the industries we see. So there's significant impact, significant change in our profession. Okay, and not only our profession, even the environment is changing very rapidly. So with the interventions like pandemic and business changes that are happening in our environment, the overall project environment itself is changing very rapidly. So we talk about especially in IT and other areas, we talk about artificial intelligence predominantly, and data science and data analytics that cuts across multiple domains and industries in project management. Okay, so with all these changes happening, so obviously we have to change ourselves. PMI as an organization also has to evolve. Okay, so that is point number one. And second, for example, if I ask all of you to give a name, alternative name for project manager. Okay, so if I ask you to suggest an alternative name for project manager, what would be the best word for that? Any of you? You can type in the chat window.
In my experience, I can say that it is damager, because those who are not complying with the policies and they who are pseudo project managers cause lot of damage to the project process and all, because I have seen in my experience, because people from different areas of science, management, medicine are coming as project managers. So project manager is the team server, those who serves the team. It's a bridge between management and the actual workforce, if it is this thing. So those who are called pseudo managers, they cause lot of damage to organization, people, especially mental health of the employees.
Okay,
I'm sorry for saying this negative thing, but this is what happening across organizations. They simply say four things: initiation, process, management, closure, monitoring, and that's it. They know.
right.
They don't know anything about other than that. They don't know anything, and they consider themselves in their email signatures. Will others please keep in mute? There is a lot of
Yeah, so if you're not speaking, please mute yourself. Thank you.
yeah, because they consider themselves a senior project manager in a decade, and they don't have any formal PMP, and they are not part of this great organization like PMI local chapters. They don't interact with people. They do all unethical things. Because I myself am a legal student, law student. They do a lot of damage. Those who are clear, certified, and part of this PMI local chapter, they are the bridge between the management and the workforce. They actually drive. On the other hand, the pseudo people are simply dragging these things.
Okay, so I'm sorry, may I know who is speaking? Not able to see the name here.
Vamshi, sir, Vamshi.
Oh, Vamshi again. Yeah,
Vamshi.
thank you for your input. I think that's definitely right points, I would say. So I also see a lot of input in the chat box. Okay, so about the alternative word I asked for the project manager, role model, team minder, coach, okay, orchestrator. We are actually, no, we play different roles in different times in the project. But if I say one word that actually represents at a broader spectrum of what project manager do, is change maker. Do all of you agree?
Yep.
Okay, so change maker is one word, because what we do at the end of the day at a summary level, if you ask me, okay, we take some idea and bring it to reality. Either it could be, let's say, constructing a new project, constructing a bridge, or constructing a metro project. Before we start as a project manager, it's just the idea and some basic draft. Okay, so we actually run through the idea and make it, convert it into a reality. Okay, so that is what exactly any change maker we do. Okay, so we are the highly skilled change makers. Okay, so whatever activities we do in our organizations, at a org level, at organization transformation level, we are change makers. Okay, but are we only the change makers? Okay, so there are many people participate in this process. So suppose if you look at, suppose I'm building an IT product. Okay, so let's say, for example, I can mention the product we are building. So we are building a data analytics platform for a top pharma company. Okay, so I'm the project manager, so I definitely understand what exactly the idea here, and I'll help driving various initiatives towards getting it to reality. But as part of the process, there are business analysts, there are testers, there are a lot of other parties involved who are also change makers, helping bringing this idea to a reality. Okay, so that's what the broader term change makers refers to. As you can see the slide here. Okay, so sometimes it is taking some time. Okay, so yeah, so this slide I'm talking about change makers are who proactively drive change and need project management skills. Say, suppose I'm talking for an example, so a business analyst in a project, okay, or a tester in a project, okay, or a quality department guy in a project. They also need project management skills. Okay, they officially not titled as project manager, which is the same case with some of us maybe in the call today. So we are not officially titled as a project manager, but we do a lot of project. It could be technical project management, business project management. We do lot of project management activities. Similarly, all the change makers need to understand the project management skills to drive the change, whether it is a no business analyst or tester, or come out of that. And even a student, suppose executing a project, even a chef, suppose he's coming up with a new food, so he is also need to understand how exactly you can initiate that, how exactly you can use the project management skills. This is what the broader term we are talking about in PMI 4.0. We are no more talking about just project professionals. We are talking about change makers. This is a significant change, as you see in PMI 4.0. But again, we are not leaving the core. PM professionals are very much part of uh, the change makers that we are talking about. Okay, so why we are doing this? We have to adapt to the broader spectrum because we are a for purpose organization where we wanted to make impact. Okay, so major impact to the globe and to the various uh, work alternatives in the world. So that is where we are looking at expanding our scope to change makers. Okay, so you hear this word day in day out going forward. So this is a growth strategy which will put us in terms of 10x impact in next 4 years. 10x is not simple, right? So all of you know in business how it happens. So we are looking at 10x impact. So we are talking about not 10x revenue or 10x members or anything like that. We are talking about 10x impact in the next 4 years. That is where PMI PCC, PMI 4.0 strategy driving forward is. Okay, so we will cover our core project professionals while also expanding our audience to change makers. Okay, so we talked about this. So now we understand what exactly change makers. So change makers, it could be lawyers, engineers, astronauts, of course, project managers, it could be salespersons, marketing, and many more. And any people who actually know working on a change, getting some idea to reality, what we're talking about, and need project management skills in that process are the change maker community we are talking about. Okay, so again, no, there are various initiatives. We are going to talk about that, how exactly we make that happen, this strategy. Okay, so as we expand, no, obviously the scope. So obviously we need to look at a broader perspective. So this is where we are looking at expanding our scope to a broader scale. So we look at 5 to 75 years, various programs. Already some of these programs you hear from PMI. Okay, so you hear about wicked problem solving being launched, citizen development. It's an LCNC platform. So a lot of programs, a lot of these programs are being launched already, okay, as we speak. And we're looking at a broader scale of 5 to 75 to understand the needs of these change makers and to understand what exactly we can do at each and every interval. Suppose some students need some basics of understanding project management. We have a kickoff program for students, student forums, and so on and so forth, and a lot of other initiatives coming up in the youth and social impact segment, especially. So similar case, some of the early stage project managers understand no, wanted to get in depth, and of course this applies to students as well. So there is a PM ready course is launched very recently. So we have, let's say, very senior experienced project managers who wants to drive the organization transformation as a change maker. So we have a series of programs launched as part of organization transformation. This is exactly the region you are hearing many programs which are slightly, no, not exactly related to, I would say, straight away related to project management, but these courses will empower project managers also to broaden their perspective. And now we become, by understanding these courses, let's say organization transformation, citizen developer, we as project managers become indispensable in the organization. That is what the objective we are driving to. Okay, so some of the offerings as you see here, so our core offerings continue to remain the same. The PMP itself is evolving a lot. Manohar will talk about that a bit. And now we have new PMBOK versions coming up. The exam patterns are changing. There's significant focus on agile. So there is a complete framework launched recently, the agile certification journey. If all of you know about disciplined agile, if not, I definitely encourage all of you to reach out to Manohar to learn more about that. So we have series of programs. We are doing it as part of disciplined agile. So the agile certification journey, which is, I would say, a mandatory skill for any of us, actually, as part of no, skill development. Citizen developer, we need to understand whether you are an IT or non-IT, you need to understand technology. With the pandemic, you have seen that. Okay, so there is no exception to anyone. So we understand how technology can drive forward. No, without technology, we may not be able to meet like this with the kind of pandemic we have right now. So this is enabling. Let's say this, for example, just the way I'm talking to all of you is itself a technology enablement. Okay, so we need to understand this technology development across various areas. That's where the citizen developer uh, helps a lot. So it's a low code, no code platform, that's what we are calling. And you don't have to understand in-depth programming to develop technology framework or technology code for your requirements. So we are also, there is a new course that was launched recently, the wicked problem solving. So wicked problem solving is again, is on the ideation and design thinking approach side, which is definitely the required skill for project manager. Okay. So how exactly PMI is going to drive forward this? So we talked about
Venkat sir, sorry for interrupting. Will you please explain more about wicked problem solving, please?
see, wicked problem solving is a new course. There are three layers, three versions of wicked problem solving is launched. So this is more in terms of you have an idea, okay, how you can work on the ideation process, collaborate with the team, and how you can enhance the idea using variety of graphs and Miro boards and all that, and how you can expand that idea. So during the planning process, project planning process, we use various scheduling diagrams, WBS, in similar lines. Wicked problem solving also facilitates elaborating that idea using the design thinking approach. Okay, so this we are actually organizing some sessions down the line now in these network meetings, and also maybe off network meetings as well, where you are going to hear in depth about each of these programs. Okay, so we are going to offer these programs very soon from our platforms as well. Will be each of these programs we are going to more in depth. Yeah, go ahead, Madhu.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I would
I
like
think-
to add one more point over here about the wicked problem solving.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
here, usually the problem solving everyone knows, but
Right.
in that we have two factors. One is an unknown and an uncertainty. If you have unknown problem, you are trying to solve it, then you will try to explore and do it. If you have an uncertainty, then you try to get the data and do it. But if you have both in a problem, like an uncertainty as well as unknown, then it is totally a wicked. So that is the wicked problem solving concept, basically.
Perfect. I think, yeah, thanks for explaining the concept, Ravi. So yeah, so that's exactly. So when we are actually driving in the uncertain territory, that's where this wicked program solving will help a lot. So any other questions, Madhu?
Hello, Venkat. This is Masood.
Yeah,
So, are these programs are yet to start or already started?
Okay, so there are two answers. One is many of these programs are already launched. Okay, so disciplined agile certification journey. Disciplined agile is not just one course. There's series of certifications. So we have disciplined agile scrum master, disciplined agile senior scrum master, disciplined agile value stream consultant. It itself is a career path. Okay,
Okay.
where you can understand from the basics. So you can reach out to Manohar, who Manohar or Gokul, actually the board members dealing with professional development. They will give more details about it. And similar case with citizen developer, wicked problem solving, and organizational transformations. We are very soon launching from the chapter as well. You will get a separate notification for that.
Okay. So can I get the email address of Manohar so that I can reach out to him and get to know about all details related to these upcoming and ongoing courses?
Yeah,
That
you
would
can
be-
write to academy@pmipcc.org, which is
Okay.
now typed in chat window. You can write
Sure.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks.
So
Thanks.
any of you have any questions related to these programs? And all these programs we are providing from chapter as well. Okay, some of these programs very soon we'll be launching. Disciplined agile, many of the programs already there are three batches we did. If any of you have any specific requirement for yourself, your friends, or your organization, do reach out to Academy.
Sure.
So I have a question here.
Yep.
With AI, my name is Anjurani.
Yeah.
And with AI and machine learning coming up and gaining the pace, where do the project management professionals find their future from, say, 5 years down the line or 3 years down the line?
Very good question, Anjurani, actually. So basically, see, AI and ML and even the data science we are talking about, these are enablers. Okay, so these are technical enablers for project management. So even from PMI side, we recently released a playbook. Okay, so you can go to pmi.org website and download that playbook for yourself. How to structure, because the specific needs of these AI, ML, and DS projects are different. Okay, so how exactly you can enable project managers and project management frameworks in this kind of projects? We have recently received a complete white paper and playbook as well. So those you can definitely refer to that. And it's going to, I would say, multi-flowed the requirements and the need for project managers is not definitely going to eliminate project managers, if that is what the question is about.
Can I add, Venkat sir? Can I add?
Sure. Yeah, sure, Vamshi.
AI ML is part of the data science and machine learning, natural language processing, and natural language toolkit, and other things are part of the programming. We have traditional programming. At least we have been moved to DevOps. So training, testing of the data accuracy, and this stuff will come into picture, and project management principles are already applicable to this thing because it has its own start date, end date, production. So DevOps will come into picture. So any traditional software making, including artificial intelligence and machine learning, product life cycle, change management, release management, version control, everything are applicable to AI ML projects as well. Because I myself studied AI ML in IIIT Hyderabad campus.
Perfect, Vamshi. Thanks for adding to that. Okay, so we have one question from Bala Sahiti here. Is there anything measurable under that impact? So if I understand correctly, Bala Sahiti, this is about the 10x impact you're talking about, right? Is that correct understanding? Bala Sahiti? Okay, so let's take that as that's exactly what he's looking at. And here we are talking about 10x impact, as I mentioned, is not by revenue or not by profit. We are talking about impact. The way we measure this impact is, so anybody, let's say, attends one of our virtual programs, anybody using our material, anybody using our social good initiatives. So anywhere it touched a specific associate, specific individual, we are calling that as an impact. So we are talking about 10 times more impact than what we do now. Okay, so that is what the 10x impact stands for.
Okay, one quick thing. In the interest of time, can you please type in all your questions in the chat window? We'll answer it at once.
Sure, Praveen. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks,
So as you see the slide here, this is where exactly how exactly PMI is going to drive forward the strategy. It is one, we are talking about strategy from expanding our scope to change makers. And we talked about change makers community includes beyond project professionals. While the core remains the project professionals, it's beyond project professionals. That includes 5 to 75 age groups requirements of change makers. Okay, and we launched several programs in line with that. To execute this strategy, there are a couple of more things that we are doing at PMI and chapters. Okay, so we are expanding our communities, and there are 4 I would say pillars is what we are targeting. So expanding communities and targeted engagement, this is where we are looking at leveraging the strength PMI has. So PMI has strength of about 300 plus chapters. That is the core support, which I doubt any other organization have to the extent PMI had. Okay, so we want to leverage the diverse backgrounds and diverse groups we have within PMI and leverage these groups and extend it to various other similar communities. Suppose, for example, we collaborated last year with Hidespin. Okay, so we are working with T-Hub and various other organizations. This is like-minded organizations. They are specific to a specific community. It could be testers, it could be quality professionals, it could be entrepreneurs. So expand our community and target specific engagement. And also in the similar lines, we are looking at coalition of associations. Like suppose we are talking about the AIML and DS earlier, right? So we recently launched that playbook in complete association with NASCAM. Okay, so NASCAM is actually taking that playbook to all the organizations they have members. Okay, so similarly, we are integrating the social benefit program. So obviously, social impact itself means change. Okay, so when you talk about social impact, it is change. So we are talking about a set of change makers who are actually driving these social programs and working with various NGOs and various partners, and how we integrate these social benefit programs with the United Nations Sustainable Goals. So we as a PMI partnered with United Nations in bringing these sustainable goals and United Sustainable Goals, and how to align all the programs we are doing and with our partners as well to United Nations Sustainable Goals. Okay, it's in terms of eliminating poverty, in terms of providing food and shelter, and so on and so forth. Okay, so organizational enablement, this is another strategy, core strategy, wherein we are empowering this regional model. Okay, wherein now you see we have a managing director for each region. Our chapter falls under region 11. Okay, along with Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, our chapters, all the 10 chapters in India falls under region 11. Okay, so about I think 13 to 14 chapters overall. So all these chapters come under region 11. We have a managing director, Srinivasan, for that. We have a mentor. We have a chapter development support team supporting all the chapters as well. Okay, so we have this empowering this regional level model, where because region to region the requirements of these change makers is different. So that is where we wanted to understand the regional model better in terms of understanding local coalition supports. We are partnering in India with CII and NASCA. Okay, so that is specific to India. Okay, similarly, the specific needs for organizations in US is different. Okay, so we are empowering all these collaborations and organization enablement as part of this strategy. Okay, so in a nutshell, this is what PMI 4.0 is all about. Let me play a quick video. So can all of you see my screen? Let me share it.
Yes, yeah, we can see it.
Okay, so let me know if you can hear the sound.
Yes, we can.
PMI is on a journey.
Can you hear?
Yes, we can hear, Venkat.
Thank you.
Will you join us? We can all agree that the pace of change is accelerating. We already live in a complex and volatile world, but now global megatrends like climate change, equality movements, and the COVID-19 pandemic are producing shocks to the system. Project management is evolving, and project management skills are needed more than ever. But that...
I'm sorry. Somebody saying something? Okay.
That's just the beginning. In 2017, our board of directors defined a powerful winning aspiration for PMI, empowering people to make ideas a reality. This concept is about going bigger and bolder and stretching beyond the world of project professionals. It's about reaching a broader group of change makers who are also turning ideas into reality and need project management skills. With the aim of reaching change makers in mind, PMI 4.0 is a growth strategy that amplifies the impact of PMI. We are talking about 10x impact, and by that, we don't mean revenue or profit. It's a mindset shift in how we think and how we work. It's a mindset of growth and possibility. It's an aspiration to grow our membership, grow the number of people we enable with new skills, increase our NPS score, partnerships, and youth connections. And we are committed to being 10x more impactful in the world through increasing our service hours towards the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and giving back 10x in many ways. This is only achievable because of the strong foundation laid by the PMI 2.0 digital transformation, which allows us to scale our business and reach this broader audience across global markets. The transformation also gave us actionable stakeholder data and our entry into the agile space, a new brand and a new look and feel to describe who we are. We are now a new, evolved PMI. And we're ready to go beyond, to expand our market from our core of project professionals to include all change makers ages 5 to 75 who need project management skills to drive change. The successful outcome of the PMI 4.0 vision to deliver 10x impact will be delivered through 4 strategic focus areas we've identified. Each area can be thought of as a system for scaling. It represents the new ways we plan to move forward and scale. This is how we will broaden our reach, expand our impact, and build lasting relationships. The systems for scaling will not only help grow PMI in significant ways, but will also help us stay true to our purpose and expand the impact that change makers have on organizations and society.
Great. So all of you able to hear the video, right? Yes.
Yes, we are able to hear it.
Okay, perfect. So now you understand in a gist what exactly I talked about in the previous slides. Okay. So now move on to the next question. Now, okay, so you have a strategy from PMI, and you have certain 4 pillars identified, and there are certain initiatives launched from PMI. How we are going to benefit as a chapter? So we need to look at what's in it for us as a chapter and what's in it for members, and so on and so forth. So this is where exactly a summary view of
Venkat?
how. Yep.
I think you need to change the slides. We are seeing the video.
Oh, okay. Okay. 1 minute. Now
Yes, Venkat.
you're
Yeah.
able to see the slide. Okay. Sorry. So I just started explaining about from the video. So you're able to see the slide, right, Praveen?
Yes, we can.
Yep, thank you. So now understand how exactly it is going to benefit the chapters and members. Okay. Now you have as a member a plethora, I would say, no very good courses available at your front where to upskill yourself as a project manager. We talked about how WPS, how citizen developer, organization transformation help you as a project manager to become indispensable. Okay, so you understand the new ways of working. So if you read the disciplined agile book, you will understand ways of working in detail. Okay, new ways of working. Suppose whatever new ways of working as a project manager you need to evolve, you get to learn from that from nowhere else. It's from PMI itself. Okay, so broaden your what is considered PM skills to elevate the value of the profession. If we look at the core project managers itself, okay, so it's definitely going to all the evolving and the strategy that we are doing going to definitely help the chapters, the project managers, and in turn the whole PMI community. So we are talking about not 10x impact. So obviously the volunteers are the first ones to get benefit out of this. Now they have more scope for volunteering across various initiatives. So as I said, now today suppose we are doing a program with TechM Foundation in helping some marginalized community with some ration kits. So these are the kind of opportunities we are expanding as part of our portfolio. It is an opportunity for volunteers also to understand, serve the society, and also in your profession, in either as a project manager or as a change maker. Okay, so we are looking at coalition partnerships. We are going to hear that in the chapter updates as well. There are many partnerships we are getting into. We just started, so there are many more you're going to hear down the line. Okay, so we are actually driving a framework for voluntary development as well. So that you're going to hear a bit from Sita and more down the line as well. Okay, so now the connect is going to be multifold, and the opportunities are going to be multifold for each of us in chapter. Okay, so okay, so I stop a bit here. Any questions so far?
No questions, Venkat.
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me move on to the continue with the chapter. Okay, at PMI Pearl City chapter, how we are taking advantage of the transformation that is happening at PMI, how we are aligning ourselves. As a first step, when the new board realignment happened in the month of April, we realigned our portfolios a bit. As you see here, this is the current board. Okay, we identified specific portfolios like transformations, okay, governance and branches. We wanted to focus more on technology and tools. So now we have Vishnu focusing on academic outreach specifically, while strengthening our portfolios of volunteers development, membership engagement and retention. And now we are focusing on corporate connects and also our existing portfolios of Marcom. Okay, so we realigned our portfolios, assigned specific board members to specific portfolios. Okay, so we are going to hear how exactly in line with the transformation we just talked about in PMI 4.0, how exactly we are delivering already, not only strategizing, delivering some of the programs so that we wanted to do in that direction. And we have 4 new board members. I think last time we discussed Vishnu, Praveen, Krishna, and Gokul. So again, welcome all of them to the board, and they are already assigned and they're working. As you see, Praveen today, she's already driving the complete event for the chapter. Okay. So these are specific goals from chapter we identified, wherein we need to look at in line with the previous slides that we talked about. These are we do have as a process, we have a solid goals like in our organizations we have solid objectives, and we have a plan to achieve that objectives, and we link all these programs, initiatives, network meetings, and everything in line with the objectives. So there some of the key objectives we are looking for this year. So we wanted to continue our chapter membership focus. This is where Suma will explain more about. Our membership director will explain what programs we are making to achieve this goal. We are working on corporate outreach and collaborations. We are open, as I mentioned. If any of you have want to get a connect to the chapter from your corporates and collaborations, feel free to reach out to me at president@PMIPCC or any of the board members here. We wanted to have more collaborations as part of our B2B and B2C plan we have. And we strengthen leadership in new segment offerings that we are going to talk about, student offerings that we are doing, and also the industry offerings we are doing, this additional courses that we are going to provide from the chapter we are going to hear soon. So this implementation of this strategy is already in place, where we identified specific objectives and specific focus areas and moving forward from there. Okay, so this is a quick update. How are we doing on time, Praveen? Is it okay?
Yeah, we are little over.
Okay. So let me make it a bit quick. So this is a quick update on transformation slide. So as Komal is not there today, I'm covering for her. So as you see, Komal is assigned for transformation. She already working on a plan in rolling out certain additional programs for all of you. So we very soon you're going to hear citizen developer, wicked problem solving, the introductory sessions, okay, in these network meetings, and also specific courses where you can enroll yourself and do it, and at maybe a discounted price than what you get directly from the website. Okay, and we are looking at various partnerships. T-Hub is one partnership we are recently tied up with, and we partnered with them for the T-Tribe program. So T-Tribe is actually a unique initiative from T-Hub. They're focusing on next generation of entrepreneurs. It could be students and some early stage entrepreneurs. We are actually supporting them with the project management education. So that's an initiative we recently launched. So we wanted to understand specific ISG. I think all of you know this initiative from chapter. So we understand specific needs of certain communities within the chapter and how we can strengthen that specific needs of that specific community. So that we are looking at deeper understanding of our needs of our members and how we can focused training programs and focused conferences maybe down the line we can do for specific communities. And we are looking at advocacy sessions and the key transformation topics. We are looking at organization transformation, suppose where some of the senior project managers definitely need some support. That's where we are looking at how we can do some mentoring and support from the chapter as well. Okay, so we are looking at volunteer development and also a framework for volunteer development, which is explained earlier in earlier meetings from Sita. We are looking at more opportunities for our volunteers as well. Okay, so these are some of the activities which are already, as you see here, kickstart. Okay, so the citizen development, these courses, and we are actually launching an affiliate program partner. This is a portal where you can see all these programs from chapter framework itself. You don't have to go to PMI website. You can directly enroll yourself from the chapter framework itself. Okay. So this is actually I talked about, right? So the T-Hub partnership that we are getting into. Okay. So again, see, as I explained here, transformation is one I talked about, where we started certain initiatives of associations with the T-Hub and also certain transformation programs and the new courses. Our core membership portfolio is the core pillar for the chapter. So we look at day in, day out, we look at how we can engage our members, how we can retain, and there are various programs Suma and her team launched from several months. So she's going to talk a bit about that. Over to you, Suma.
Thank you, Venkat. A very warm welcome once again to all the members. First and foremost, let me welcome the newest members of the chapter during the last quarter. We have had about 131 members, and we can't call out each and every one of them, but please consider it. And from all the board and the other members here, a warm welcome. Venkat, can we switch over to the next slides, please?
Yes, yeah, these are the listing of all the members.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and just to give the newest members a brief demography at a glance, right now, as we speak today, we are at 1,215 members, 1,215 members with 131 newest additions to the PMIPCC family, 18 new credential holders on separate credentials, and 172 renewed members during the last quarter. That shows how the chapter value is increasing, and many of the chapters are, many of the members are finding good value in it and coming back to the chapter. So when we Venkat talked about different categories of members. First, in the first quadrant is the industry segment, where most of our members come from, about 45% as expected from the IT, but we are talking about the other industries as well. So construction, financial services, manufacturing, all these industries. We will talk about what we are doing for them in the next slide. Right now, looking at the organization-wide, there are several corporates who have had consistent members of PMI and PMIPCC as well. You see Deloitte, Microsoft, National Academy of Construction, that's the newest addition to our company's family. These are the organizations. And if you see the left down quadrant, we are talking about the credential-wise membership. As expected, the PMP certification continues to be the most sought after, but it is being definitely caught up by the DA SSM as well as the PMI ACP programs. And next quadrant, this is of interest here, the members classification. Most of us here are the individual members. That is, we are taking up the membership on our own and we are working in different organizations. There are other categories of members, that is the students as well as the retirees. People above 65 years, if you are not working in a consistent job, you can claim your membership under a retiree category. Okay, you can connect to me offline for that. And to talk about the student category, Venkat, can you go back to the previous slide, please? Yeah, we have had, right now we are at 40 student members. That's a significant change from last year. We have had several students signing up for the project management programs as well as the chapter. That shows the significance of project management among the student community as well. So yeah, next slide, please. And these are brief snapshots of some of the activities that we are doing for the member engagement. Recently, for those who have joined and attended the new member orientation, you would have got a snapshot regarding the activities of the chapter. On June 12th, we had the new member orientation program. And for those who have missed it, we keep having these at regular intervals. Stay tuned for the next schedule. You'll be receiving it soon during the next few days. And the industry specific groups on the left side that we're talking about, we saw that the industry segments, the top 5 industry segments other than the IT, were infrastructure and construction, healthcare, banking, energy, oil and natural gas, and the aerospace manufacturing sectors. So we have formed communities of these which are self-driven, the core team, the members, as well as all of them come together to be of service to each other, focused on their own domain, as well as coming up with new maybe conferences or events. We just had one in March with the healthcare sector. It's a recorded event. It's there in our YouTube channel as well for your reference. And we have several other domain-specific ISGs planning their events soon. So if anyone is interested in this ISG and has still not yet registered for it, we will be sharing the link for the registration. Please feel free to join. And in addition to this, we keep having a lot of knowledge sharing sessions on a periodic basis, specifically monthly basis. So next month onwards, we'll be talking about the knowledge sharing sessions. The member speaker, this is a unique opportunity. We talked about how we can engage our members. So we invite a lot of speakers from outside, as now in the network meeting as well shortly. But we are always looking for speakers within our member base. If you are adept at technology, if you have been a speaker in any other activities or events, be it technology, be it leadership, strategy, any of these topics, please feel free and sign up for the member speaker initiative. We have a registration form for this, and Lata is sharing it in the chat window for you. And this is something that we are looking at engaging all our members very actively. And the Member Monday series, we are spotlighting our members who want to share their thoughts regarding how the chapter is and how they have been benefited by the chapter. So feel free to see this in the YouTube as well as register for the next season of the Member Monday series. Next slide, please. Yeah. And how we can keep ourselves engaged with the chapter. We have a whole lot of social media channels, and you have all the links to this in each of your mailers. In case you do not have, feel free to reach us at the email IDs or even in the chat window. We'll be happy to share. And the Telegram is the live hub of communication for all our members. Any query, any discussion goes on in the Telegram regarding the chapter and the project management activities. Every LinkedIn, Facebook, all these are updated with each and every event or activity of the chapter. So anything you need, you just have to follow our handles. And another special activity is what we are doing to help our members in speeding up their escalation issues or anything like that. Maybe you have a problem in payments or have problem encountering regarding the reaching out to somebody from the PMI. If any such cases, we are trying to help forwarding it to the PMI India and the PMI India customer care. So these are the two IDs that you have to write to for any issues or escalations. Those are there on the screens and they will be put in the chat window for you as well. So we are always looking out for looking at how best we can engage the members. So we are coming up with some activities soon. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, Venkat. Over to you.
Thank you, Suma. Thank you, Suma. So let's continue with the update on academy and professional development. This is another area, another pillar, I would say, for the chapter. Okay, so wherein Gokul and Manohar are leading these portfolios now this year. So we have made significant strides. I think a lot of you heard about the ATP update last time. So over to you, Manohar.
Yeah, thanks, Venkat. Good morning, friends. Once again, this is Manohar. I'll be talking next to 5 minutes about what is the professional development portfolio work that we've been done from last network meeting till this network meeting. The first slide talks about this ATP. As many of you know, that now we are officially authorized training partner. For those who don't know what exactly the ATP is, PMI has come up with a new process called ATP. Anybody who want to give this PMP training or discipline agile training, they need to undergo a stringent audit process. So earlier chapters used to, by default, we used to have a privilege to give all these trainings, but now with the new change from January 2nd, even we need to go through the stringent audit process, and we went through it, and we are officially ATP from last 2 months. And we kick-started our ATP inaugural meeting, inaugural function in last month on 24th of May. You can see over there the pictures of the inaugural. We did our first ATP workshop last month with around 22 participants globally. And yeah, here I just want to pass a minute and talk about that there is a PMI has done a lot of changes to the PMP exam and also syllabus. Starting from January 2nd, there is a change in both the syllabus and also the exam pattern. So what generally PMI believes in business agility. What exactly is business agility is the customer needs are changing. The processes are evolving day by day. So PMI, what exactly they does is that they invest a lot of time and they do take feedback from a lot of leaders and also practitioners throughout the world to meet the current business demand. That is where PMI, once in every 3 years or 4 years, they come up with a new edition of PMBOK edition, or they add some delta to the existing editions. And with starting from January 2nd, there is a huge change in the syllabus. And now PMI focus more on 3 domains. The 3 domains are people, process, and also the business environment. What exactly the people is? People, PMI emphasis on soft skills. Earlier, if you see PMBOK 6th edition, there's very little focus on the soft skills. So we talk about communication skills or maybe stakeholder engagement. But in the new syllabus, it talks more on how soft skills are very much essential for a leader, exactly so that it can match to the changing environment of the business. And also it talks about process. In the process, it talks about reinforcing the technical aspects of successfully managing the projects. So not just the project management process, and also it talks about how we can bring in the technical aspect and integrate with the project management process. And the final one, it talks about the business environment. It highlights the connection between the projects and also the organization strategy. These are the 3 domain areas. There is a big, these are the 3 domain area changes in the new edition. And also the exam pattern has changed. Earlier, it used to be 200 questions. Now it changed to 180 questions. And also the questions revolve around these 3 domains: people, process, and business environment. And also earlier it used to be 240 minutes question exam. Now it is 230 minutes. And also optionally you have a break, you can take a break. These are some of the changes with this new project management exam and also the syllabus. And anybody has any questions or anybody want to know more about what is the new change. And also just to let you know, the PMBOK 7th edition is coming from 1st of August. Still, we continue to go with the exam with the existing version for some more time. It doesn't mean that from 1st of August, you need to write the exam in PMBOK 7th edition. No, still we write with PMBOK 6th edition with the delta changes, what I mentioned. So any of you are interested to join our course, or if you need any information about project management PMP certification, please reach out to us on academy@pmipcc.org. And yeah, even happy to say that we just kickstarted our second ATP PMP workshop today, this morning, with around 10 participants. And you can see the last, you can see here, we got around 4.8 out of 5 feedback from the first PMP workshop. That's the level of commitment and also level of professionality and also technicality our trainers have. Can you go to next slide, Venkat, please? It talks about what we did from last network meeting to this network meeting. We did one PMP workshop that is in May. That's what we discussed. And also we kickstarted one more session this morning. And we did one DSSM workshop in May. And we completed one PMP refresher session in April. And very interestingly, we started our collaboration with Vasavi. We mentioned that we are not here collaborating only with industry. but we believe that we need to collaborate with the college also, academia. That is where we collaborated with Vasavi College of Engineering, and we have helped them to come up with a customized project management elective for around 147 students, ranging from electrical or electronics, IT, or computers. Around 147 students choose to go for a project management elective for 3 months, and we successfully completed that elective in June. And next initiative being, we've been in talks with in the Institute of Management Technology in Hyderabad, IMT Hyderabad, and we collaborated with them this month, and we have designed and developed a course, particular course for PGDC students. They are executive students who have around 10 plus years of experience, corporate students. They want to pursue their MBA. So we have designed and developed a 2-semester courses, around 40 hours courses for them. And we launched our first class last weekend. Exactly last Sunday, we started our first class. And this is our first collaboration with IMT. And I'm sure that we'll be collaborating with a lot of this business schools in the coming months. And happy to say that 80 plus certification holders, earlier, if we see in 2018-19, we used to have only 10-20 certification holders added to chapter. But now there is a pretty good drive from chapter, at the same time from organizations, and also the awareness has increased. I can see that at least minimum 50, at least 30-40 certification holders have been added to chapter every month. And last 45-50 days, I can see 80 certification holders added to chapter. And some pics at the bottom, the left one is on the IMT, the first batch on the IMT, and the right one is for the discipline agile course. Can you go to next slide, Venkat? Yeah. Earlier, Venkat mentioned about that we realigned our portfolios a bit as per the PMI 4.4 strategy. And this particular, earlier our professional development used to be one portfolio where all ATP. Now ATP being a separate entity, what we have done it, we have split this professional development into 2 portfolios. One, a professional development ATP portfolio that is on certifications, whatever that comes under ATP umbrella. And second thing being the professional development on non-ATP certifications. That what we are doing is we will be helping organizations or industry with customized project management workshops. Here you can see start, stop, continue. Already we've been doing this customized project management workshops earlier. So we will still continue to deliver the customized project management workshops, and also PM consultancy. Last year, we did a couple of consultancy workshops. So one for Agino Biopharmacy for 6 months, for a period of 6 months, and also to ITC Guntur. And still we continue to do. And if we feel that any of your organization in need of any of this customized project management workshop or PM consultancy, please do reach out to us. We will be happy to have a one-to-one interaction with your L&D head or your project management leaders, and have a gap analysis and identify the gaps and come up with the recommendations to you. And we do conduct this PMP and ACP awareness sessions. Last year, we did around 9 PMP and ACP awareness sessions, and we do continue under this non-ATP umbrella. And very, very recently, we plan to start this DA ambassador, DA awareness sessions. Just before going into DA awareness sessions, we have a team of DA ambassadors launched last year. DA ambassadors are someone who are early adopters of this DA certifications. We have around 22 DA ambassadors in PMI Pearl City chapter. And if anybody is interested to get certified in DA, in any of the DASM or DASM certification, or if you want to take this DA discipline agile to your organizations, please reach out to us and we will connect you to our DA ambassadors. And DA ambassadors can come to your organizations to virtually. They can help you to know about what is DA and how it is going to benefit to your organization and also your teams. And also very quickly very soon we'll be starting this DA awareness sessions as like the PMP or ACP awareness sessions. And we will be coming after July or maybe by mid of August, we'll be coming up with a 1-day or 2-day chapter PM certification courses. That is something new, which as a chapter, we are thinking to come up chapter certifications, 1 or 2 days on project management. And also 1-day Agile Foundation courses. Many of the organizations who still follow this traditional waterfall method, For them, Agile is something new. Instead of just directly going into DSM or DSSM, they need to have some foundation on the Agile. That is where we are planning to come up with one day on Agile foundation courses and also project management tools. Yeah, many of us are PMPs, but still we struggle to use some of the tools because in PMP, we don't spend much time exploring the different project management tools. That is where Chapter is planning to come up with tools like risk management, EVMS, MSP, Jira, Kanban, Lean. And we have a big plans and there will be 4-hour session or 1-day session of all these tools. And you can stay tuned to the updates and maybe in 1.5 months time, you will hear about all the things and definitely whatever the non-professional, non-ATP things that Chapter is planning, this is not linked to commercial. We want to give value to the chapter members, and definitely this will be a pretty approachable, and also the price ranges will be very less. Team, this is slides about this complete professional development and also this ATP and non-ATP team. And if anybody has any doubts or any clarifications required, yeah, please type in chat window or you can ask me. I will be happy to help. I don't know whether we have time to take any questions, Venkat, or
no. You can answer the question. There are some questions in the chat window, Manohar. You can answer the questions in the chat window.
Okay.
In chat itself, because we have running out of time.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. So, but thank you very much for the update, Manohar. I think Manohar rightly pointed, if any of you have any requirements, suppose you may be preparing for PMP or any other course you want to enroll, or you just need some guidance in terms of how to complete your certification or any specific requirement, do reach out to us. We are doing phenomenal work from Chapter, especially in the professional development side. And if some areas we are not covering at this moment, we are ready to do that. So we have connects with experts in each of the related areas. So if you or your organization have any specific requirement, do reach out to us. We can organize a course around that. Okay, so with that, I'll call in Sita to give update on volunteer portfolio. This is one portfolio is the pillar, the core base pillar, I would say, because as you see the kind of enormous programs we are doing, without volunteer support, we can't achieve what we achieved so far. So over to you, Sita.
Thanks, Venkat. Good morning, all. So as Venkat has mentioned, in fact, for all, we have heard on the membership, Suma Academy, Manohar has mentioned, yes, communication is key, with, Monica is leading social good activities. While we consider these 4 as our pillars for the chapter, volunteers, I consider them to be backbone of all the activities. All these and all the initiatives of the chapter are possible only with the volunteering support. So along with the board, there are many dedicated volunteers who come up for various opportunities. So if you look here, on the membership, Member Connect, ISG, KSS, or all the social media related ones, NIRD, all these are various opportunities created in VRMS. So there is a proper process aligned in the chapter where the volunteers are onboarded, through all of them are onboarded through the VRMS. There is a code of conduct, that's the thing. And based on their skill sets, we look at where is the perfect match for their skill sets, where they would be happy contributing to the chapter, as well as chapter will benefit with their contributions. So as a high level, this pick is self-explanatory. On the VRMS, the right side, whatever you have, those are all the various opportunities, which are active currently. So we have around, from last year, on all the opportunities, some are ongoing opportunities and some are fixed. We just have a 3 months activity, it is created. So in that way, around 21 opportunities have been created. And at any moment of time, we make them activate or deactivate based on the requirement of the volunteers. So the recent ones, whatever are there, these will be visible to the members if you satisfy the relevant criteria. And after we get your resume, there is an interview process, just to seeing the match fit, and then we put them on the right volunteering opportunity. So Venkat, next slide, Venkat. So many are interested on multiple opportunities. Though you apply, we look at all the criteria before we roll out. So we either accept or decline the offer. So it's all typically based on the criteria of that requirement. So as I mentioned, there is a proper process. PDUs are only just one component, but what I feel is we want dedicated people who are there available for the chapter. So just come in, be there for 1 month and leave. That's not the model what we are looking at. We want people associated. So someone gets into a membership, you get attached to the chapter and get all the member benefits. So where you interact through the volunteering opportunities with all the portfolios, with the external world, Venkat has mentioned today, there is a program going on with Tech Mahindra. So if you are on the social good activities, you would be available there. So the chapter will be represented by all the volunteers. So the idea here is across all the opportunities, the volunteers are onboarded, and there is a proper program also, volunteer career progression program, which volunteers coming into the opportunity, you are there in that opportunity for 6 months to 1 year based on your performance. We move them to volunteer program managers and then consistent performance. So we want people to stay with us, deliver, and that strength of the volunteers has to be always available to the chapter. That's the reason why we have actually designated, designed this program. And till now, the volunteer program managers, this initiative has started last March 2020. And then we have 9 people who have already promoted to volunteer program managers and doing very well for the chapter. So if you see, some opportunities require only 15 hours per month and all. There are dedicated people who put in more than 40 hours also per month for the chapter. So just at a high level, if we have to see multiple initiatives of the chapter, and we have delivered over 2,200 plus hours of volunteering across various opportunities. And then here I would like to congratulate and thank Avani Bugneni. She is doing very good. She has been working over the last 1 year on the student leadership competency building initiative of the chapter, which allows us to actually reach out to schools. So she was instrumental in creating the complete, there were earlier 2 modules. The 3rd module was completely realigned. We are coming up with the 4th and 5th. So they move on to the next role of volunteer program manager. They lead the new volunteers in that portfolio, and they take up the leadership role. So thank you, Avani, for all your contributions. And then Sohail also on the membership outreach, he has been doing very well, and even mentoring the junior volunteers also who come into the. When I say junior, it is into the portfolio when they come in. Venkat, just quick the last one. Yeah, so I think in the chat window, someone has said, so anyone who wants to volunteer, you can either write to office@PMIPCC, that will be redirected to me. You fill the volunteer form there, or write to my mail ID, sita@PMIPCC.org. Then based on your skill sets and the availability of the position, I will map you to the right opportunities. And here I would want to congratulate all the star volunteers. So from March to June, we have Chaitanya Nagaraju on the communications portfolio, Sohail Ahmed on the MOTF, Kumar DSP on the exam prep buddy, where he has been instrumental in mentoring and helping many of the exam prep aspirants. he has delivered very well. And Narendra on the social good activities. He has been doing very well on the social good activities, on the NIRD, SERA initiatives and all. So this star volunteers is a recognition at the PMI India level. So from the chapter, every 2 months we given nominations, and the best are chosen, and you can see the number of requirements, like or the number of hours the people put in, and the volunteers, like it's just a thank you one, and the right platform for them to grow into the next roles. That's what we are looking at in the volunteers. So congratulations to all the star volunteers, and look forward to all the members also, like is stay connected with the chapter, get into the right volunteering opportunities, and deliver, so we as a chapter can grow. Okay. Yeah. Venkat, thanks.
Thank you, Sita. I think that's wonderful, and really appreciate all the volunteers, especially the star volunteers. And I know because of you, because of all of you, we are actually able to achieve the work we have done so far. Okay, and as Sita rightly mentioned, there is huge set of opportunities now. If some of you who joined is not volunteering for any activity at chapter, so do reach out to Sita. She can actually enroll you for a specific initiative that is happening at chapter based on your interest again. So let's move on quickly because we have a speaker session lined up as well. So this is a bit about youth and social impact. So our earlier PMI EF is retagged as youth and social impact at PMI Global itself. There is a lot of activities happening on youth and social impact, which are still in progress. I know the dedicated volunteers working, they're meeting weekly, and there's significant focus on some of, especially the programs on GPDP, Gram Panchayat development programs. We are working with NIRD, I think, which all of you know. There is some work, reports preparation and GP assessment templates and all that they're currently working on. And they initiated an online skill development program for underprivileged children for the age group of 5 to 15 years. Okay, so they're also working on a skill development program for SMEs as well. Thanks to all the volunteers again from Youth and Social Impact. SLCB is our flagship program. I think many of you who are with the chapter know about SLCB. So I want Vishnu to give a quick update on how we are doing on this. Vishnu, over to you. Is Vishnu there?
I think Vishnu is not available, Venkat.
Okay, no problem. So I think, see, the SLCB, the core focus right now we are looking at is realignment, and there are certain courses. So we did a lot of workshops. This is basically student leadership competency building. Okay, so we have launched a very, I would say, niche initiative way back in 2005 itself to make our students, okay, to students in especially in high school and college students, we are targeting them to make industry ready and nation ready leaders. Okay, so we know, I think all of us know there is some gaps between what industry needs versus what our education system provides right now. I think most of you may be agree with me on this, and that is where we are bridging this gap of how we can help support the student community in bridging this gap between what industry wants versus what education, their regular education provides. And same case, we are also looking at why don't we make students ready for nation? So they take a politics as a career itself. That is what the concept behind nation ready leaders. Okay, so and it could be not only politics and also serving the society as a career. So we actually framed a complete program on these objectives, that what we call it as an SLCB. There are specific modules. It covers right from defining your goals, vision statement, to defining your value system, and so on and so forth. So we can launch this program, at least the first modules in the schools. Okay, so what I would request from all the members here in the call, if you have any college connects, or if you know any professors do connect with the chapter, and Vishnu especially, so he can help check out some support. These programs we do, majority of these programs we do for no cost basis, and we go to the college physically, and then we are doing virtual also nowadays, and we conduct these sessions and train the students and handhold students post the session as well. Okay, so that's about all the chapter updates. So there is an interesting update I have here. So as you see already, cut 10 means something new, and no, we are launching. So any guesses what it is? Any quick guesses?
Congratulating the rockers, I can say simple terms.
Rockers, okay. Anything else?
Launching the new program.
Launching new program, okay. So we do one program diligently year on year. Only last year it has not happened because we have other program at national level, but otherwise we do one major event from the chapter every year. What is that? Any idea? Any thoughts?
Gyan Lahari.
Exactly. I think
Good
all
guess.
of you would have guessed it right. And we are launching, let me, okay. Okay, this is what exactly the launch I'm talking about. So this year, June Lahari is going to be on 25th September. So it's going to be major event from the chapter. And we are looking at, as I mentioned, when we are explaining about strategy, and we are looking at a broader community, and obviously our conference also talks about more in that line this year. Okay, and if any of you want to volunteer for this organizing this conference, do reach out to Krishna Chaitanya and Manohar. They are the program directors for this conference this year. So they're going to come up with the framework and also the theme and also the speakers list very soon for all of you to start enrolling. Okay, so with that I'll stop here. I'll take few questions if time permits.
Yes, Venkat,
Ravi.
I think you can take questions for 2 minutes. We will start our guest speaker session sharp at 12.
Okay.
So guys, whoever want to have any questions, please type in the chat window. We can do the.
You can as well unmute yourself and ask. Feel free to do that, no problem. And if you would have already asked in the chat window, which is not answered, you can just spell out, please, because some of it we are not able to browse through all the chat questions. But yeah, if some of it you have any specific questions, you can ask now.
Yeah, Venkat, how to be part of this ATP programs?
Okay, what is the question? Sorry, how to get part? How to be
part of this ATP workshops?
Okay, so you want to enroll yourself for ATP or?
Yeah.
Okay, so that you can reach out to Manohar, and some of the programs dates and all that is in our announcement sections at the end of the program and at the end of this network meeting. And also if any specific programs you are looking at like DSSM or PMP or ACP, Manohar can give you the details.
Okay, thank you, Venkat.
Okay, so any other questions from any of you, either on strategy or chapter alignment?
Hi Venkat, this is Sivilakshmi.
Yes, sure.
I'd like to hear about B2B and B2C programs. Bit elaborated what kind of activities you are going to conduct.
Okay, so this business to business and business to customer. So one is B2B. We are actually aligning with business directly. Let's say we have a tie-up with NASCOM or we have tie-up with Deloitte. Okay, where we partner with them, understand their specific requirements within the organization, whether it could be trainings or whether it could be transformation, whether it could be support, or whether it could be expanding the skill development of the project managers within the organization. So we are working on partnerships for multiple organizations. So that is a focused approach now as part of the B2B segment. And B2C, if you're not muting, can you mute yourself, Alak? Okay. So B2C segment, we are talking about specific courses wherein disciplined agile courses. Suppose we have series of courses we are launching, specifically targeting certain sections as an end customer. So let's say DSSM for specific agile, and we have launched a value stream coach as for agile coaches. That's a very powerful certification actually for the disciplined agile. So that's coming up as well very soon. So these are multiple programs we are doing as part of B2B and B2C segments. As I mentioned, some of these announcements from the chapter and PMI, you're going to hear more.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, in the interest of time, let's move on to the speaker session. Sorry to interrupt the number of questions that are coming in. Please type in all your questions in the chat window. We'll address it accordingly. Yeah, I think we can start the speaker session now. So,
okay, thank you. Thank you. Let me stop the
Seshu,
share
over
and over to Seshu. Okay.
Ms. Srividya, I have made you as a co-host. You can check.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Seshu.
Right. Thank you, Praveen. Thank you, Venkat, for sharing us most insights of the present ongoing workshops or whatever the chapter updates, where I really appreciate the keen interest of showing to look forward with from the participants. So here we go, guys. I guess y'all are carrying out the same energy and looking forward for this wonderful speaker session. And this is a topic which everybody looks in their daily work or in their, in their daily lives every time. So this is about how important the appreciation is in our lives. And here we go. We have the Srividya. She is a TEDx speaker, and she is an internationally acclaimed facilitator. She has 24 years of experience in corporate and social sector to integrate and humanize her sessions. And she is also a corporate trainer and has a vast experience in formulating and delivering training modules on people skills. And her emphasis has been on bringing a transformational change in individuals through insightful experience. So Srividya, it's all yours. We are looking forward to share your thoughts here.
Yeah, welcome, Srividya.
Thank you. Thank you all. Namaskar and greetings. A warm welcome to all of you. It's been amazing to see the updates of the chapter. You guys are doing amazing. So my first appreciation and applaud to all of you for such wonderful, I mean, I've been quietly listening to that. It's great.
Thank you, Srividya.
Thank you. So am I spotlighted or who's spotlighted?
You can share your screen.
No, I was wondering if you could spotlight.
Yes.
Yes, you are spotlighted, Srividya.
Yes,
yeah.
I did.
Thank you. Yeah. So once again, namaskar, greetings, and a warm welcome to this session. After hearing so much of good stuff, probably we'll take that to a next level of how do we make it even better, feel good, and use this appreciation as a tool. I understand as project managers here, all of you, I think your role is more an influential role, influence without authority, and this could be an amazing tool. Though it is nothing new, I'm not going to say anything new, but trust me, we will get a little deeper insight and understanding the power of this tool and how we can actually leverage it. While we are aware of this all through years, nothing new, but yet there will be something newness to what we already know. Hope all of you are looking forward, and if you need to stretch a bit, I know you're all listening for quite some time on the listening side. So now I'm going to make you all a little more active. So maybe take a 30 seconds break of stretching yourself in all directions, and then sit back, stand, stretch, do whatever, and settle down. So we are perfectly, that could be fine. While I'll start sharing the screen, it's time for all of you to stretch yourselves. Yeah, can someone confirm that you can see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Thank you. Great. That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is for the waiting, but we will skip the waiting and let's get started. Is appreciation helps. Appreciation, as I said, welcome. When I want to welcome in our own way, it reminds me of a beautiful rendition by a great saint, Srividya Nagaraju. Right? He always says, Endaro Mahanubhavaru Andariki Vandanamu. I think I see every great and noble people here in this audience. Each one of us are successful in our own way, I'm sure. So that's why my namaskaram to everyone and a warm welcome to start this session. With that, blessings of the great saint, let's get started. So what will I be covering today in this session? What to look for? A quick review of why do we need appreciation and the spectrum, the types, and of course, how can we do this? And some simple tips and the benefits. And finally, if we have time, we will have a gratitude experience, but I doubt we're running short of time, but let's see what best we can do. This is beautiful quote. The deepest craving of human nature is a need to be appreciated. We all love to get appreciated. We'll also see how do we receive that? That's the second question, but we always crave, right? Somebody to appreciate us when we dress well, when we do something. Every time there is always the inner craving, but we don't know how to handle that, but there is. And this beautiful, that's what it says, when you appreciate the good appreciates. The first part of the appreciation is the appreciation of saying, good job, great job, that kind of appreciation. The second appreciation is like we say, money appreciates, it grows. That's the meaning. So whatever the good you appreciate, that will grow. That's the inner meaning. So that's the power of this appreciation. And that's why there is a need for us to talk about it while it is something we have heard and it's simple over the years. Let's talk about it. Now, the question is, why am I talking about this topic called appreciation? What's different? What's so special that why should I talk? Yes, there is a reason. What triggered me to develop this module for training on appreciation. So I'm going to share that story with all of you. Yes, I'm sure we all have heard and know about this great man of our country, the people president of our country, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So allow me to share a small personal story. As I said, why am I talking this? The same, today's 25th. It was evening 7 p.m. Walked into IIM Bangalore campus, walked up the stage like a child with full energy on the dais. As an MC, I kickstarted the event. And I was here, and the director came and delivered the welcome speech, and it was time for Dr. Kalam to come to the podium. Watch me out. Here was the podium. I'm here, and Dr. Kalam is walking like this. As he walked, I was standing there to assist him. The moment both of us had our eye-to-eye contact, even before I could gather my energy and greet him, the first thing he told me is, "You are doing a good job." I just didn't know how to react. Not that I did anything great in front of that man, but it is greatness of him as a leader to appreciate everyone. I mean, I was trying to gather my energy, and the second question he asked me is, "Who are you?" I could complete my word thank you to him by the time he asked me, "Who are you?" I said, $1 million question, who am I? But still I managed to say, "I'm Srividya." He looked at me and said, "Oh, you're Srividya," and he went to the podium. And guess what? He started his talk like this. My greetings to director, chairperson, the co-chairperson, and Ms. Srividya, who pushed me to come here. In front of 1,400 audience at IIM Bangalore in the amphitheater. Why am I sharing this story? That was the day I experienced what true appreciation means. I knew it theoretically. I don't know how much I was using or whatever. When a man like this, a leader like him appreciated me, that changed my life. My confidence went up multifold. And trust me, that time I was not a speaker, trainer like this. I was a manager in a company, Thomson Reuters. I was just a manager. Because I'm an alumna and I was in the management committee of the Alumni Association of IIM Bangalore, we organized these events and this happened to me. I was very fortunate. So that is the power. My life changed totally. Look, one appreciation can change. And that day I internalized it and I decided, if I have felt so good, it's my duty to spread that goodness amongst everyone. I started practicing that as an individual over a period of time. And after becoming a trainer over the years, I decided to develop a module and spread this even more formally while I was doing informally all these, earlier from 2008 onwards. I hope this story inspires all of us and decide to start appreciating as leaders, as parents, and all different roles we play both personally and professionally. I'm sure this quote is straightforward and it means a lot. To add to why else, like how I'm telling why is it so important, in America they did a study and they found 64% leave their job because lack of appreciation. And interestingly, the brain releases happy hormones, dopamine and serotonin. We all look forward for those chemicals, the hormones to release, because that's very important for our physical health and mental health. And there is a study says when people who practice regular appreciation or gratitude, they're more healthy, happy, and they have better relationships. And a gratitude practice is like a workout. We are a lot into physical, right? Everybody talks about the gyms and workout centers and the yogas that's required for our body, and equally important workout for our mind. And this is a simple, you don't need a gym center, you don't need those equipments, you don't need those attires and the shoes and nothing. It's free and available anytime, like ATM. Can we make use of this maximum? From today, I hope we will be with understanding more about it. Now let's understand the spectrum of what exactly is this appreciation. It's just not one thing, but it is the whole spectrum. Now is where your turn, audience. So first one, going from the bottom most. When you look at this emoticon, what comes to your mind? Either unmute and tell me or type it in the chat box. I will keep reading it. Tell me, come on. Either unmute and say what comes to your mind. Unhappy, what else? Yes, what else? The bottom. Dislike, criticize, right? Shailendra, you're right. Angry, criticize, grumpy, frustrated. Yes, criticism is the right word. So that is at the lowest energy level, you criticize someone. Yeah, disappointing for the listener more than the teller. Teller is disappointed, but the way that person is expressing is the receiver is feeling very criticized. So criticism is the first one. Perfect. Thank you for all your responses. You guys are amazing. Yes, it is ridiculing. Sorry. So what is the next one? So let's go from the bottom up. So what's the next one? What is this?
Disgruntling.
Yes, you're right. Doubt, ignoring. Yes, what else?
Sarcasm.
Sarcasm, cynical, absolutely right. Yes, sarcasm, right? What big deal? Aha. What a big deal. What have you done? Yeah, questioning, not showing trust and belief. Yeah, and ridiculing it. Correct. You guys are great. So what is the next one? Third one. Ignoring.
Carelessness.
Careless, aloof, disinterested. 3 is at don't care. Yes, you're all right. Not disappointed. I'm not even bothered. I don't even know what's happening. So I'm neither disappointed.
Not bothered.
Not bothered.
Avoiding.
Nothing. I'm in my own world. I'm not even saying nothing. I'm not making efforts to avoid nothing. I am in my own world and I don't look at anything. Right? So unnoticing. I'm not noticing anything what's happening around me. I'm in my own world. It's indifferent. I'm not even noticing anything happening. What somebody's doing around me, whether my team, my family members, my kids. I'm busy reading my newspaper or I'm busy doing my work or whatever. Yeah. 2-1 is elated. Unnoticed. Top 1 is elated. Okay. Great. Second one. We'll go one by one. Yeah, we'll come to the top. We'll go one by one. So what about the next?
Emptiness. No feelings, nothing, emptiness.
Emptiness, neutral. Blankness. Yes, you're all right. Something more. Clueless, Not really clueless, because you're not closing your eyes. Like the third one was unnoticing. You keep your eyes closed. This you're seeing something, but what? You're seeing something, but
unaffected.
But not acknowledging.
Not acknowledging. Perfect.
Responsive.
Mute spectator. Don't non-acknowledgement. I see something is happening, but I don't want to say anything about it. Yeah, that's non-acknowledgement. Next one. What's the next one?
Happy, obviously.
Happy.
Oh, yes. What is that person? The context, what is it? From non-acknowledgement to where?
Engaged.
Laughing at the things.
Realizing.
Acknowledging.
Yes, simple. It's acknowledging, right? Acknowledgement could be if somebody's done, oh, you've already completed. Just acknowledging that I know that what you're doing. So that's acknowledgement. I'm happy, I'll smile and say, oh, you're already done. Something like that. You may not explicitly appreciate, but you just acknowledge. Not yet celebration. This is just an acknowledgement. This is just an acknowledgement. So what's the next? Appreciation. Perfect.
Appreciation.
Appreciation. You explicitly express. You explicitly say, good job, very well done. Wow, this looks good, or the quality is nice, something specifically, right? Appreciation. And what's the last one now?
Celebrating.
Celebrate.
It's a time for celebration. Happy, absolutely happy, and celebration. Perfect. And we celebrate in different levels. Celebration is just not at one level. Each of us celebrate differently, right? It could be just that, most of us, we like to share it to the outsiders. If my child does very well, I go tell everyone else. Or our team member does very well, I go publish it, announce it in social media or internal somewhere. So celebration, or gather everyone and get on the stage, award them, reward them. So there are multiple ways of celebration. Okay. A true celebration, I'd like to quickly, because a lot of you are corporate world, I'm trying my best to keep it short, but very difficult not to share some interesting examples here to make it take the point home better. Is one of my mentor, Srinivasan Ranganathan, he had joined one great company, first job way back 30, 35 years. Don't name and share. No, he's my mentor and I'm happily sharing his name and I have his permission to share. So that's okay. Thank you. It's all the positive things I'm sharing. So it's good. Okay. So he joined a first company, and when he joined the first day, he was in the reception waiting to get into the joining formalities, and he saw a board of that star performer of the year. That attracted him. He went close, read what happened, and that day he decided, one day my name has to come to this board. And he started working. 1 year, bang on, he got that award, Star Achiever of the Year award. And it was a grand celebration. Families were invited. There was dinner, there was stage, there was dance and music and whatnot. A fantastic celebration. And on the stage, he was given the award, and all fantastic. Celebration. A year got over. And next year on the same day, this Ranga was sitting in his office reliving what had happened the last year. As he was reliving, his phone rings and he picks up the phone, and there the CEO of the organization asks him, hey Ranga, do you remember what happened last year this time? Look at that. That is the deep celebration. You're doing that and taking it to the next level. And this is what even Dr. Kalam did. When Dr. Kalam again did the same thing for me, after 2 years of IIM event, I had taken my father and my brother to meet Dr. Kalam in Bangalore Raj Bhavan later in the evening. And Dr. Kalam's two friends were there. We were all sitting having a conversation. And then suddenly in the middle of the conversation, Dr. Kalam tells my father and his friends, you know what happened in IIM Bangalore 2 years ago? The crowd was In fact, after the event, all the audience started coming close to him. Everyone wanted his autograph, photograph, shake hands, whatnot, right? With Dr. Kalam, all the elite crowd. But it was dark later in the evening and it was open. So we were a little scared, old man, and people are just crowding on him, which is not healthy or safe enough. People couldn't control. Me as a host, probably I took the responsibility, and with my loud voice, I started telling everyone, move, 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 move. And we managed to take Dr. Kalam inside. As we are doing that, he told me, you are a strong lady. Look at that man, how he picks up on the spot to appreciate anyone. He remembered that after 2 years, I'm telling my father about it, saying nobody could manage, but this lady could manage. I think that is a true leader leader. When I say leader, not by designation, but I am sure all of us are leaders, how celebration takes to the deeper level. I thought these two are amazing examples for all of us to learn how we can take the celebration, especially, at work, or both personally and professionally. Okay. Any comments? Keep typing or unmute and keep saying, I have been reading the chat messages perfectly. We'll be happy to read your comments any time. Okay, let's quickly move on. So what are the different types? Self-appreciation. We always think appreciation is always for others, right? By default. No, it's very important we appreciate ourselves. As a psychologist, as a management professional, as all the different roles I play, I am saying this with so much of conviction. It's very important. Now the question is, how do we do it? When you get up in the morning, when you open your eyes, my sincere suggestion is, as you open your eyes, can you broaden your lips, open the day with a smile? Why not? As you say your prayer, as you do whatever your own ritual in the morning, or look at the phone, before looking at the phone or anything, please, please, please start the day with a smile. And when you get up and go and you see the mirror, when you go to brush or whatever, when you see the mirror, can you look at yourself and greet yourself saying good morning, and say you're beautiful, you're great, you're awesome, or I love you, or I'm good. All the affirmations, what we talk about it, start practicing the simple, your own self-esteem will go up. When we have the love inside, then we are not worried about outside. The confidence is inside, we don't seek from outside. So self-love, friends, please do practice. All the affirmations are like that. To that and not-for-profit organization which handles my mood swings perfectly. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, good. See, somebody's already started practicing right away, expressing. Wow, great. How to ensure we do not overdo it? Actually, there's nothing called overdo it when you have to appreciate yourself. When is overdo? You will know when you're overdoing, right? When you don't mean it, then it is overdo. So this whole concept of, even self-appreciation or appreciating others, a question came up saying, are we overdoing? The moment you have a doubt you're overdoing, there you have an answer. There is otherwise, theoretically, there's nothing. As long as you're genuine and doing with that, without any specific expectation, but you're genuinely expressing appreciation to yourself or to others, there's nothing called overdoing. Yeah, it's a myth saying if I express too much, wo chad jayega. Hindi mein they say, no, oh, that person will take it for granted. No, when you do it genuinely, it will not be. Right? So we are talking about self, we are saying appreciate others. Then the third category, appreciating strangers. I'm sure some of us have experienced that of appreciating strangers. Try it out if you haven't done it. Oh my God, it gives you so much of joy. Just that smile on someone's face unexpectedly. And it gives an amazing, that dopamine and all. Not only they feel happy, we also feel extremely happy. Yes, thank you, Venkat. Thank you so much. Try it out. Appreciate somebody on the street. We all like a lot of things. And most of the time we like somebody's attire or the way they're doing. I do it on the ground. If there are children playing and there's somebody play, I say, hey, good job. That smile, because they don't expect do that. It adds a lot of energy to you. It's a charger for ourselves. If you have already done it, continue, do more. If you have not, try it. I'm sure we know how to take care of the safety measure, whom to appreciate, how to appreciate. I'm sure that we are matured enough, but don't hesitate to express. We hesitate to express. Okay. Then there are different types. Explicit appreciation is very important than general appreciation. Instead of just saying good job, if you can be very specific, what exactly the good, this quality is good, this, the accuracy is good, or something, as specific as possible, that will be great. So that is what done. Timely, as I said, how Dr. Kalam did on a timely appreciation. When do you do it? So this hopefully this little image gives you that input of being genuine, explicit, timely, and do it. We can do it. It is abundantly available, so we don't have to worry. Okay, then how do we appreciate? Question is how? There are many ways. These are the few ways I've said. I'm sure you all know a lot more. Food is one of the best way to appreciate people. Treat them with a lunch and a dinner, and make them some sweet and give them a bunch of chocolate. There are many ways, right? The moment I say food, I can see smiles on everyone's face. And it's already, more than 2 hours, all of us are sitting here, and I'm sure we are craving for some food. So please go and take some food if you want and sit. I'm perfectly, and you can keep your videos on. I'm even more than happy to see all your smiling, beautiful faces. An act of service, a touch. Again, touch, we got to be a little sensitive, but it is an amazing, yeah, when we are saying touch, and I also spoke about self-appreciation, why don't we all do something? Okay, are you all game to do something with me now? So can you all raise your right hand up, please? Yeah, keep your videos on, as many of you can, but even otherwise, doesn't matter. Don't worry who's seeing, who's not seeing. We are doing for ourselves. Yeah, your hand up, turn it around, turn the hand around and bend it back and say, good job. Yeah, absolutely. You're sitting here and listening to this itself on a Saturday morning. You could be doing a number of things, but you chose to come here, sit and listen to be part of this PMI great group. So you need that appreciation. So touch is very powerful, but have to be done with care and cultural sensitivity. Otherwise, you know what could be the other consequences. Giving a time is the most important. Time. And all kinds of gifts. Especially, you write a letter to somebody, express with words, that's more precious than any other materialistic. Or giving somebody a learning opportunity, and people were asking, anybody want to volunteer? Yeah, giving an opportunity to volunteer itself is an appreciation. My boss used to tell me my initial years, when somebody gives you more work, it's a form of appreciation. Because they trust you, they know you will do better. That's where they give you more work. So we don't have to crib if somebody gives us more work. It's a form of appreciation. It's a form of reward. So there are so many, I'm sure you all know how to do it, and sharing it. Share the goodness with everyone. And if you like something, go and tell other people. Publish in social media, do all that. But there's a big word of caution here. Not everyone appreciates your type of appreciation. Some people are very shy in social media, so please don't do that. Or there is in the organizations now, they have a questionnaire I saw online. When you can give it to the employees, they can express what kind of appreciation they like. So personalization is important. Just because I like something, I don't have to give somebody. Do they like it? So when you buy the gift, it's not about you, it's about the other person. When you express, it's about the other person. Yes, I see a lot of people want to drop off because it's 12:30. I'm going to wind up in next couple of minutes, because that's what my plan is. I don't want to hold all of you. So if you can hold on for just few minutes, that will be nice. I'm going to quickly wind it up. Interestingly, African tribal community use appreciation to forgive people. If somebody does something wrong, something bad, that person is brought into the center of the village, and everyone surrounds them and start narrating all the good deeds that person has done. over a period of time. Anything, any good deed, the nice actions that person has done, all of them go on and on and on for sometimes, it goes 1 or 2 days. And after that, they all get into a nice celebration. The circle is broken and they celebrate with song, dance, and customary, they receive the person back to the tribe. They welcome back to the tribe symbolically. So appreciation can be used for converting bad to good, while good can appreciate further. So that is also, yes, there are also repercussions when you appreciate one person in front of other. How do we handle the kind of situation? That's what we got to be a little sensitive. Mostly when we are very genuine, those repercussions will not happen, but always appreciation has to be done in front of others. Reprimand in private, appreciate in public. Just being little sensitive is good enough. I know we're time crunch. So what's your response when someone appreciates you? How comfortable are we to receive appreciation? Ask yourself. Be very honest and tell me, if somebody today tells you, wow, your attire is good, you're looking great, how do we normally respond? Quickly tell me, how do we? We are short of words, correct? Then what else? How do we receive?
We simply blush and say thank you.
Do we always do that?
Say thanks for your appreciation.
Okay. Is that always we do? Be honest. I'll tell you, simply, can I have some volunteer? Okay, I have only who's on the video on. I think, is that Praveen or Sheshu?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I tell you, you know what, Shai is good. Your shirt is very good. Now naturally respond. See, it's difficult. It's difficult, right? Oh, you're looking great with this shirt. I think this color suits you very well. See, we just don't know how to respond.
We say thank you.
Yeah, we want to say, but it doesn't come so naturally. We start wondering. We say, no, oh, ye bahut purana hai. What is one old attire? We come up with something and we dilute it. Think about it. How gracefully we say immediately thank you. No. Only few of us do it. See, right, Bala, you're right. Really? We kind of somewhere, oh, is it so? We do all kinds of expression, but to gracefully receive it. So it's an art, and it's somewhere, if we don't receive it, if you say, oh, really? No, yeah, this is one old one. What big deal about it? This is nice. No way. What are you trying to say? You're putting the other person down. But you don't know how to receive it. Because you don't like, doesn't matter. The other person is liking what you're wearing. So be it. Right? They say, somebody will say, oh, you've got a beautiful hair. Oh, you don't know what my hair, it keeps falling off. Oh, kahani, we will say. Recollect if I'm saying it right or not, because this is what happens normally. Yes. Will it be any help in salary appreciation? Yeah, you keep doing good, the good will definitely appreciate. One day or the other, why not? It will happen. I have experienced that. Yes, we tend to act modest and name someone else who deserves us. Yeah, it is not actually modesty. In the name of modesty, in the name of being humble and simple, we are actually ridiculing the other person and diluting the other person. So it is modesty is to just say thank you and not say anything and receive it gracefully. That's how you respect the other person. We are confused with sometimes the simplicity and modesty. I don't know if you want to say Indian mindset. Let's not bring the country into the picture, but as human beings, it is true. Some culturally, little more and less, but yes. So please learn to receive. Anybody appreciates, learn to. Yeah, it comes from a lot of, that's what we are confused with our modesty, humble and simple. In the name of that, we end up doing the other end of the spectrum. So self-love is always good. It is not selfishness. They're two different things. Okay. So receive it gracefully and say thank you and nothing else. You don't have to worry whether it's nice, not nice. You like it, you don't like it, doesn't matter. Okay. I'm going to skip this video and probably I'll share the link later. Bringing country is one of the kind of putting down ourselves. Absolutely, Shiva. Yeah. Why do we say, oh, our country, every country, same thing, because we are all human beings. Yeah. Let's not put anybody down or any place, any country down. I am with that. So just a quick outcome, how will it help? Enhance well-being, deeper relationship, improved optimism, increased happiness, stronger self-control, better physical and mental health, and overall a better life, and stronger neurologically based morality. A lot of studies have done that, how this will always help. Okay. So next is the stages of gratitude. From appreciation, gratitude is even more deeper, where you express your gratitude for what we have received from all the places. And today, during this pandemic, I'm sure we all have realized to express or to be more grateful for all that we have, which we had taken it for granted, which we thought is a basic, has become luxury for us today. I'm sure we are more grateful for everything we have, to the air we breathe, to the water and the place and the food, everything. In our Indian culture, it's there very much. We start the day with Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, and we start the day touching the ground. For Bhutai, we say thank you and forgive us because I'm stamping on you. Forgive me every day. Yes, it does manifest. It is very, very, gratitude is one of the practice. If we can follow on daily basis, trust me, your life will change. You will become much more calm person if you're a very short tempered. Every day, religiously. You can get in touch with me. I will give you some of the exercise of how to practice gratitude right now, because I've already taken 10 minutes extra. I don't want, as we keep, I'll keep a few minutes. I have time. So whoever needs to log off can log off. Whoever wants to stay back for a short interaction, we can. But before that, I will share a link here. Hopefully, sorry. I shared in the group. One of you can type the link here. So if you can go and enter some of your
link, Srividya?
Yeah, the link I sent you in the group, Suma, in that temporary group you had created.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could share that in the chat box for everyone, that link, that will be great. So there will be a link shared, and all of you can just quickly share your learnings, if any, while we can have an interaction. So any questions, comments, thoughts? I know I had to do a fast pace.
Yeah, it's a great session. Yeah, thanks so much, Vidya. It's wonderful insight, indeed a great interaction, and you answered patiently all the questions, all the points. You acknowledged everybody's response. Thanks so much for that. All right, so guys, like you can type in your appreciations that keep coming in. In the meantime, can I grab the screen for a couple of minutes, Srividya? We'll come back to you again.
No, 1 second. I will.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah.
Thank you, slides. So yeah, here is my coordinates. You're all welcome to stay in touch with me. I'm in social media, all handles. Just remember my spelling, Srividya Nagaraju. My YouTube channel is there. I keep sharing a lot of videos, some tips and everything. Feel free to follow me, subscribe. And my sincere thank you to all of you, especially the host team, Suma, Praveen, Venkat, all others. I don't know everyone's name, but to all of you and the audience for being such great audience and respond, sharing all your quick responses on chat and other places. So thank you so much. And I'm here for any further questions, comments.
Yes, keep typing in, guys. If you have any questions, you have anything that you wanted to ask Srividya to get your points answered, or anything that you wanted to talk with her about the appreciation or any other topics, because she has wide knowledge on many things. She's a mentor and a coach. So you can just keep on typing your questions. Yeah, for 2 minutes, I'll have some quick things to share with you. Srividya, I'm taking the screen for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Okay, again, that's about Srividya, and you can just meet her again on this particular websites to know more about her upcoming events or anything that you wanted to catch up with her.
Sorry, my website is srividyanagaraja.com. These are where I volunteer. So my website is just srividyanagaraja.com.
All right. Okay.
Chat box.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Couple of announcements that we have for this particular today. Hope you might have all of you have received the link for PMI elections with the personalized link. Do cast your vote to to support the team and to give us more knowledge to all of us. So the deadline to cast your vote is 5 p.m. EDT UTC on 2nd August. So don't wait till the last minute or last day. Whenever you get a chance to look at the link on your mailbox, do cast your vote for the right person. And the next announcement is we are all going to roll out a survey to know how we are doing and related to other every yearly survey that we are doing on. Stay tuned. The link will be coming to your mailbox. Do respond to us as timely. The next is related to the upcoming workshops on 13th July to the 16th July. It's at a different time, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. You have DASSM workshop going on. So do register and reach us to the academy at PMIPCC.org or the number that you see it on the screen for more information. All right, these are the couple of announcements that I have. Related to the PDUs, you can self-claim your PDUs related to the one under the leadership strategy, the other one under the other category, leadership category and strategy category. All right, so I'll leave for a couple of minutes for any other questions that anyone wanted to ask before we wind up the session. Anybody has any questions?
Just want to say thank you. A lot of thank you messages have come, and I'm glad you all liked it. Sorry for rushing it. But
yeah, we are over running for 15 minutes. Sorry for that. Yeah. Okay. If there are no other questions, this one last thing that I have. Thank you everyone for joining this session. As we close the first network meeting of financial year 2021 and 2022, I would like to thank all the attendees, our guest speakers, Srividya Nagaraju, our moderators, Seshu, and the volunteers, Hariharan, Siraj, Shiva for communications and networking, communication and member outreach team. Also Sunanda, who has recommended our speaker for this event and get the great insight about the power of appreciation. Also my co-board members for the updates today and all others who helped us make this event so successful. Thank you everyone for joining. And if you have any other questions, we'll stay back for some couple of minutes and you can reach us for anything.
Anyone can come on video, we can take a picture as well.
All right, so whoever is available, please come on to the video. We can take a picture. I'll stop sharing the screen. Okay. I think
we cannot share our video, sir. Like we cannot switch on the video. Will you please ask the moderator to enable that option?
It is enabled, sir.
Many of the people have. We are seeing quite a lot of videos here.
Yeah, we can see a lot of videos here.
I am getting an error message saying that you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
Okay, who was that? Can you just name it?
My name is Vamshi, sir.
Okay, 1 second. Let me check it out. I think, yeah. Can you just see that now?
Yeah, now.
All right. Okay.
I also want to extend my thank you to Sunanda for inviting me here and all of you. I hope, Sunanda, you're around.
Yes, Srividya, thank you so much for accepting. And as usual, it's a wonderful session.
Yeah, indeed.
Thank you
It's a
so
wonderful
much.
session. All right, so somebody's capturing the video.
Smile on, please. Can we have our smiles on? And I'll keep asking me, telling me something, whatever, add to what we have already shared.
Yeah.
Most welcome. Would love to hear from all of you.
My video is locked.
Thank you, Srividya. It was a very helpful session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chandrasekhar. Yes. I mean, I do a half day proper workshop on this, but today's was just a teaser kind of a talk.
Yeah, maybe request PMI to have one hour session of yours sometimes, if possible.
Yeah.
A lot of other topics are also there. Just to I do a lot of work bringing our, based on research, my own research from Indian scripture and history, Indic wisdom, and connecting back to today's management, life, and leadership lessons. So,
okay, yeah, we have a lot of our rich culture will really help the leadership. Thank you.
Thank you.
So can we
wonderful smiles, everyone? In fact.
Yeah, that's the power of appreciation, Sama.
Look at that. This is wonderful. Okay.
Yeah, big smiles. I capture some of the big smiles.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yep. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Special thanks to Srividya Nagaraju for the.
Thank you so much, Srividya. Thank you so
Would like
much.
to meet some again
Thank you.
later. Yeah.
Sure, anytime.
So we'll try to be part of this capture with the video. This time did not prepare well for this session. Thank you.
Thank you. Most welcome to stay in touch. I've shared all my social media coordinates. So it's easy for you to stay in touch now for any of you.
Yeah. In fact, I sent a request to you in LinkedIn. So.
I will accept it immediately after the session.
That's the message Srividya has been getting over the last few minutes on the chat box. Yeah.
I know it's overwhelming to see so many such nice messages. You're all awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, any questions? We are around here for another 2 more minutes. Anyone, if you have any other questions, you can just keep asking us.
Srividya, you mentioned that you have extracted the information from Indian history, mythology, and so on. Is my understanding correct? What are the books that you actually study? Because I'm studying Arthashastra these days.
Okay. I mean, I studied various things. Couple of the work I have already done is one is called 7-Star Leadership. It's a leadership module, bringing our leadership lessons from our Saptarishis.
Okay.
You know, they're star in the sky, right? That's why I've called 7-Star Leadership Saptarishis, with the women leader, the diversity and inclusion, Arundhati also. What it took them to become a star leader, while so many rishis were there, why only these people could become that? You know, digging back to their life stories and what they did, how did they, and how do we connect that to our modern framework of leadership or life management? That's one. Second, I've done from Hanuman stories. All of us have grown up with Hanuman stories, but can we learn something from that story to life and leadership lessons? The third one is on mentoring with our Laukika Nyayas, the Sanskrit Nyayas, connecting that to how do we make the whole mentoring system more effective. You know, many organizations have these mentoring system. It's become more a checklist syndrome than in reality, and not been everywhere. It's not been so successful. So I've studied that and brought this connection Nyayas to make the mentoring process more effective. And even this, anything I do, I keep studying various things from different sources. I do bring in the learning. Every Monday I share a Subhashita on all my social media, Sanskrit Subhashita, with how it is connected to for us in today's world.
Are you extracting these things from Sanskrit, Sanskrit?
Yes, from all our original scriptures are all in Sanskrit, right? So you have to study that. Yes,
yeah,
I mean, I had that upbringing. I've studied a bit of Sanskrit in my school, college days, and also at home. A little bit of philosophical upbringing is helping me. That's where this management, psychology, philosophy, and all these various things I bring in together, an amalgamation of both our Eastern strong concepts and the Western frameworks. That's what I do.
Oh, that was amazing, Srividya. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I didn't know who asked this, but
Vamsi, yeah.
If the video is on, then I will know who's talking, not.
All right, yeah. Okay, guys, it's time for our lunch. Okay, well, yeah, we'll catch up. And thanks for attending the event again. Thanks so much. And we'll share the link for feedback. Do post us the feedback with us. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Namaskar.
It's a wonderful session. Thanks, everyone, for joining.
Thank you, Srividya. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have
you,
a great day ahead.
speakers, moderators who talked, and it was an amazing session. Thanks to Seshu Garu for inviting me this amazing event. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Bye.
all. Thank you.